Have you ever had an imaginary friend?
No.
Me either. I always had my baby dolls that I used to wish would come to life and talk to me, and I told them if they did, I wouldn't tell anybody, but they never talked to me.
Yeah, I used to think that sometimes my toys would come to life, and it was kind of scary.
Like in Poltergeist?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Well, we are reviewing imaginary, like an imaginary friend. There are some adults who have a lot of imaginary friends in their head, too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about imaginary. Rated PG-13, an hour and 44 minutes. So
let me tell you real quick about this. Okay, so we have Imaginary, right, which we're reviewing, and this is a horror film, right? And there's also a movie called If, Imaginary Friend, and that comes out in May.
Is it a follow-up to this one?
No. Two totally different movies, right? So when I first said I'm going to see this movie, at first I was thinking it was If. And then my boyfriend was like, no, this is Imaginary. It's the horror movie, remember? And I said, okay, yeah. When I got to the theater, there was a whole family sitting in front of me with two kids and looked like the mom and dad and maybe grandma or something. And I'm thinking they're in the wrong movie, right? And even, yeah. They stayed.
Great parenting.
Yeah, and during the movie, I hear like one of them say like, "This isn't funny. And where's Ryan Reynolds?"
Why did they? What were they looking for? The other movie.
Yeah, the comedy, the kids' comedy. If Imaginary Friend with Ryan Reynolds.
Great. So the kids were going to see all this weird choppy.
Yeah, but
that is excellent.
This movie is a horror. PG-13, and those kids did not scream one time.
They better not have screamed you in the theater. Yeah. Turn your head or something.
Yeah, they didn't scream or jump one time. Yeah,
I love that. I just love it. So who do we have in Imaginary?
Well, they made a mistake. What? It stars...
How? Imaginary to the other one? That's a longer title.
Yeah, but yay. I almost made the same mistake.
Okay.
But I was prepared to see both. You know, I wanted to see both. I wasn't tricked when I got in there and like.
They should have just got up and went to the management and said, "Hey, we got the wrong one. Can we exchange these for this time movie?" And usually they'll do it.
I almost told them, "Hey, I think you guys are here to see If," but then I thought, "Nah, they'll figure it out." And they didn't leave, so obviously, maybe they kind of enjoyed it. I don't know.
Well, that's great.
And the next movie, the If, doesn't even come out till May. So, you know, they could have got their money back or got a pass, but, you know.
Well, that's what I said. They could have just
got
a pass and got something else
They're probably
later.
like, well, we're here now. You know, it is what it is.
So who's in Imaginary?
DeWanda Wise is in Imaginary, and she is the lead character, Jessica. Tegan Burns plays Taylor, one of her stepdaughters, and Piper Braun plays her other stepdaughter, Alice. Tom Payne plays Max. You remember him from The Walking Dead? He played Jesus.
I'm not calling him that. I know that was his name in the show, but I'm not calling him that. I think that's disrespectful.
Okay.
I'll call him Jesus.
Okay.
I don't care if that's not how you say it. I'm not calling him that. There's only one entity that I'm referring to when I say Jesus, and it's not a human. Okay. So anyways,
I get that.
That's my rant. Okay.
Betty Buckley plays Gloria. It was nice to see her again. And Veronica Falcone plays Dr. Soto. And you remember her big time from Queen of the South. I mean, she's been in tons of other things.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of her in Queen of the South at all. I don't think she has I don't know if it's just her or if it's her acting, but she didn't seem like she had the guts to be a queen pin. I just didn't buy it.
Okay.
Now every time I see her in something, I'm like, oh, her. Oh. Kind of like when I see Michael Beach in anything. I'm like, oh.
Just because he had an affair.
He had an affair. He gave his wife movie. AIDS in ER. Almost everything he played a bad guy, dogging the women out. But okay, let's talk about the Imaginary though.
Wow.
So what's going on in Imaginary?
You just brought it way down. All right. In Imaginary, a woman returns to her childhood home to discover that the imaginary friend she left behind is real and unhappy that she abandoned him. So,
that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I know it's labeled horror, but when you got horror that's PG-13, you already know right there, you're not going to, well, for me, I'm not going to see a lot of stuff that I would prefer to see. I like this movie. It was fun for me to watch because it is horror.
Yeah.
And it's, this imaginary friend that gets real creepy in here. I have fun watching it. Yeah. But I would definitely say matinee prices.
Definitely matinee.
Yeah.
Or stream it. It's Jason Blum was involved in this one, and sometimes he hits and sometimes he misses. And,
hit or miss. Yeah.
This one, it was all right, but come on. I'm gonna say this. As far as CGI has come, and I know I didn't really get a chance to do too much review to see, I'm pretty sure it wasn't CGI. I'm pretty sure they used like puppeteering or something. And you could just tell that one of the scary characters, I'm trying to talk around this without giving something away, looked a little janky.
See, I didn't see that.
It looked a little, we'll talk after the filming, because I don't want to give it away to these people that are watching it. We said spoiler free. I don't want to give it away. But I was like, come on. And maybe that's also why those kids didn't scream, because maybe they were like...
It didn't really scare much.
Yeah.
So there's no extra scenes. Now, we do have some fun facts. I just said poltergeist.
Yeah.
I didn't know you wrote that down, so let's go ahead and tell them some fun facts.
Yeah. Director Jeff Wadlow, thank you, cited Poltergeist 1982 as an influence on this movie. It perfectly strikes the balance between scares and benign sense of wonder and excitement and emotion that you get when you have a family that you care about.
I'm trying to...
I
get it, but I don't know how he referenced Poltergeist.
Yeah, I get the thoughts.
I'm not following that.
I get the sentiment, but come on.
Yeah.
The first trailer, which first premiered in front of Five Nights at Freddy's, consisted almost entirely of sound effects over a blank screen, encouraging audiences to use their imagination.
That would make me angry.
Yeah, I kind of hate when they do stuff like that.
I might as well just sit here and stare at my door.
Thank you.
And turn on some sound effects.
Like, most people don't get that. Just because you get it don't mean we get it.
No, don't do that.
It's your movie. We don't know.
You could do a little film short about it. A film short would be okay to try that, but not. Come on.
Ouch. The family moves into a house on Elm Street in Springwood, a reference to A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984 franchise. Another imaginary villain proven to be real.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there was some good stuff I liked about this movie, and then there was some stuff that I was like, it could have been a little bit better. It could have been a little bit more scary. Like I said, one of the creatures was kind of janky.
I don't think there was enough creepiness to it. I like if I'm watching horror, I want to watch horror movies.
Yeah.
And it just didn't have that element. But however, would I watch this again if it was streaming? Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely watch it again.
I asked myself that earlier too, and I'm like, yeah, I'd watch it again when it starts streaming.
I would too, but like we said,
I wouldn't pay extra for it. Like if it was $19.99, oh no, or even $7.99 or something. I'm talking like if it's on one of the platforms that I already pay for.
You have,
that I have, like say Netflix, or
you can rent it from usually like with Amazon and all of those. They're usually $5.99 on average. Once they've been out for a while.
But I wouldn't do that because I already paid.
That's renting.
I know, I already paid to see it, so.
No, this is for people who haven't seen it yet, I'm saying.
For you guys that
I'm not going to pay for it. I'll wait for it to stream on one of my streaming sites. But if there's somebody who hasn't seen it, $5.99
is worth it,
Especially if you've got a couple people in the house. You're saving some money. And
you want to break your kids into some horror if they haven't seen horror before, because this is not that scary. It's kind of some jump scares, but those are, not that strong.
And it was... Not only were they not that strong, but they weren't that often.
Yeah.
Just a couple of them.
So IMDb gave it 4.8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. And Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it 26% on the tomato meter, and the audience score is 52%. I think some people saw the wrong movie. I don't know.
You still think that's what it is?
And the audience says, imaginary passes the time painlessly and has some scary moments, but in the end, this is a pretty basic horror movie, which is what I felt.
I think that is exactly right.
Yes, it's not bad, but it's just basic.
Very typical.
Yes, like something that, if you were watching Prime Video or something and it popped up, you would watch, like on Prime Video or something. and you'd be fine. You'd be like, oh, okay. Well,
or even if I pulled this up on Tubi, I would be like, oh, that was a fun watch. And I'll text you like,
yeah,
hey,
that
it's
was
free
a
on
fun
Tubi.
watch. Hour and 44 minutes while I ate my lunch or whatever. You know what
like
I'm saying?
right now, there's a movie on Netflix called Damsel that you need to watch.
I saw it.
Girl power.
You know,
Girl power.
I saw
Yes.
it. You know I'm on top of this stuff.
I love it. That's a pretty low score. So, I mean.
That's pretty low. I didn't think it was that bad, but this audience thing perfectly summarizes it, in my opinion. And I agree with
that.
As far as clappers, I'm still going to give it 3. I'm going to give it an average 3. And I know we give 3s a lot, but sometimes movies are just 3s.
3s are average. So,
yeah, it's average.
This is why we emphasize. I know it kind of maybe doesn't make sense, but like for this one, I'm giving it a very basic 3.
Yeah.
Now, there are times, and I'm sure
3.
you understand when we say sometimes you're giving it a very, very low 3. Or
right.
This is an excellent hard 3. So you feel us. I know you feel us when we do that. Even though we're still giving it a 3, we'll tell you how strong we feel about that 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to agree with you.
Yes.
On it being a very, very basic 3.
Yes.
That's it.
Basic.
But I like to watch it again when it streams.
I'll watch it again when it streams too, if that tells you anything.
Yep. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to our review of Imaginary, which is PG-13, and it is not the other movie called what?
If for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah.
With Ryan Reynolds. It's going to be funny. And that almost looks scarier than what this is, because some of them imaginary friends, like that one that looks like Betty Boop, I'm telling you, if she came up to the door right now,
kick her.
I think I'd faint. I might would just,
kick her.
My heart would just skip and I would.
No, you kick her out, then you grab your weapon, then you go to town on her.
That's what I hope that I would do. But I'm telling you, I watch all these gory things and scary movies, and I'm like sitting there and I'm laughing and I'm fine and stuff like that. But some of these creatures that look like toys or whatever, and they're oversized.
They're creepy, aren't they?
Creepy.
Very
That's
creepy.
Creepy.
And would you believe they used to make toys that look like that, like way, way long time ago? Like the clowns, they use the mechanical clowns, like outside of stores. You know how you would go outside of stores, you would used to see rides for little kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And they used to have these clowns that were mechanical. But it's like, who designed this? What made you think that clown that looks like it's from Killer Clowns from Outer Space was a good idea to put outside of a store?
And I'm even fine with clowns. I know people that are
horrified
of clowns.
I love them.
Don't even say the word clown, basically. I'm fine with that. But these oversized toys that come to life, I'm like,
I love it.
My stomach just...
It made me think of Krampus, because that's what happened in Krampus. All the toys came alive and they were like super gory and vicious. That's why I love that movie so much.
Yeah, but Krampus. Those toys were kind of small too. I think I was. They had that giant thing.
They had giant.
For some reason, I think I was kind of okay with Krampus toys, but it's certain toys like I'm like it's kind of creepy.
If you want to see it now, go matinee. Otherwise, just wait until it streams at home is what we're recommending. So we're giving it a very, very basic 3.
And remember, this is the horror, and If is the comedy. It's not out yet.
And if you don't remember, just ask them when you buy your ticket, which one is the one with the comedy with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Because you might forget quite easily.
Yeah.
Just so you don't go in there and spend time in the wrong movie.
Yeah.
And now you got to go out and get a rain check for the other one.
I don't know why they do that anyway. They come out with like packs of movies with the same theme at the same time. It's confusing to people.
Mm-hmm. It can be, especially with the name. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Now, Jules and I, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Now, if Instagram only lets us do 15 minutes, so if it cuts you off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook, and you can see the whole video. We're also on Cash App. Any donations are appreciated. Or do you have a legitimate business and you would like us to wear your t-shirts or your bracelets or what on the show and advertise you? Just let us know. Inbox us. We'll get back to you within 48 hours. We won't make you wait for all of eternity. We also take requests. Doesn't matter what genre it's from. Scary, comedy, romantic. It could be from 1962 if you want it to be. As long as we can find it, we'll review it and shout you out on the show. We love our feedback too. We love feedback. So talk to us. Talk to us about this movie. Did you see something else in here that kind of contradicts what we said, or are we missing some things in here that you think would be good? Let us know. We love feedback and even constructive criticism. You know, if there's something here that we said and it was way off, you read these books or whatnot, because people that read the books are like way deep in the trenches with it. Let us know. It's okay. We mess up sometimes. We're not perfect, huh?
Yeah.
I don't. Jules does.
I watch so many movies, I don't have time to read books.
Yeah, see, Jules messes up sometimes. I don't.
I do.
But what I'm
explaining you have messed up. And we got lots of comments about that.
I'm just joking. I'm totally just joking with y'all. Right? But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in.
I'm human.
We will see you soon. I was just joking.
I know.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.